Okay, so we're out here on the sawmill today. It's dried up good enough we can cut a little bit. First log I put on the mill is big, nasty white pine. You can see how much taper's left. I still got to cut the top side bark off, but this thing was absolutely huge. The butt end was just really big. You can see offcuts there. Some of those are 4 or 8 inches thick on the butt end and nothing on the small end. I've been putting this log off just because it was just a pain to cut, to be frank. But you can look, it's got really nice figuring in it. This is going to be going into an old, I don't know, I'd say 120-year-old cabin. The planks are odd. I don't know if they originally cut them 1.5 and they shrank down, but the customer's requesting 1 3/8 inch thick. So I'll bring you back when we start cutting them. All right, we're back. We've got the cant flipped, getting ready to start making the cuts. I'll be leaving some bark on some of these because he needs little short pieces as well. So instead of ending up in the waste pile on these butt cut ends, we're going to be getting some short boards out of it. And then the remainder of the log is right here. I've got one cant. It's roughly 12 inches tall, 4 inches wide. And this is a 10-foot long piece. You can see the other slab pieces here. We'll trim them up later and make nice boards out of them. So we're going to go ahead and make this first cut. If you want to, you might want to turn your volume down. This wood is pretty loud. I've run a good bit of moisture on this with the water Dawn dishwashing soap because this white pine has a lot of pitch in it. You can see the pitch is building up on the blade just a little bit. We'll take this slab piece off, show you what we got. So right now we are at 15.5. Our next cut's gonna bring us down to 14 inches. And that should allow for the blade in a 1 3/8 inch board. And then from there on, we'll start cutting 1 3/8 inches. Well, from here on out, we'll be cutting 1 3/8 inch boards. We'll do some figuring on exactly how many notches I need to move. Just my scale does not read that often. Okay, as you can see here, I've been doing some test cuts, making sure I'm moving the wheel the proper diameter to get the proper amount of notches to get a 1 3/8 inch board. So far it's looking like on this wheel, you can't see it too good for the sunlight, each one full rotation is 2 inch board, half rotation is 1 inch board, and it don't take an account for the blade. So I'm going to be moving this wheel approximately 1 1/4 turns to get a 1 3/8 inch board. Sorry you can't see that too good. See it a little bit there. This is a wheel that controls the head up and down, because we're not running set works. It's just an LT28. Very good mill though. Don't have anything good things to say about it. We will be selling it later on this year. We just now bought it this spring, but we're cutting a lot of lumber, and I'm already wishing I'd bought a bigger one to start with. So we're going to be buying probably an LT35, maybe an LT40 for our next step up. But we've got to cut some lumber to make sure it's sustainable before we spend that much on a asset. So that last board, gotta clean it off here a little bit. Crap all over the wind. Anyways, this last board, I went ahead and took a shim cut, I don't know, 1/2 inch or so off of it to make this last board on that deck 1 3/8 as well. That pretty much wraps this video up. Our first sawmill video. If you want to see anything particular, let me know.